You know, a crazy little thing that happens a lot is people do not know where they are starting the golf ball. They think they hit it perfectly straight, but they start it way left or they start it way right. They're like, oh, I'm slicing, oh, I'm hooking, right? No. The thing is as you set up, is people do not understand, again, the direction that their ball is starting. That was left of where I was trying to hit. So what we need to understand is what we are trying to do when we are making a golf swing. And to understand that where you are starting your golf shot. Do I start left the stick? So you ever go out and you're like hitting golf shots? Do you ever focus on actually what your exit window is? Do you need to ever understand where your ball is going as you hit your golf shot, right? Am I starting, when I set up, do I start the ball to the right of my stick? And then it comes back around left? Do I start over my stick and then it either fades or draws? Or do I, when I hit it, do I start left of the stick and then it kind of cuts back around? Do you understand how that works? What we're going to do is we're going to dive into that a little bit and give you this simple little drill to be able to get better on that. So what you want to do is, I'm going to work on my start line. You need to understand, so if I was to go back behind the ball here and I stand and I was to get my target line from behind the ball, so right here I have a stick out here in front of me. I got that stick to be able to have a target line for my ball to go towards. So again, if I'm sitting up here and I'm looking, that ball is going right to the outside of the corner of the range there. So that means that is where, if I was to set up straight ahead, where I should be aiming. Now what we want to do here is, if I set up, I'm going to find a spot right in front of the golf ball, and that is right here from where I'm set. So right here is where I would be aiming, and if I was to set up right there pointing right at that and then set my feet to kind of match, if I look up here, that alignment stick looks like it is about 2 feet to the right of my target. So that looks like it's way over there. And that is a very, very deceptive look. You know, and if I look over here and I'm looking up, man, it looks like I am aimed. If you see way out in the distance, there's a tall fir tree out there. That's where it looks like I was aimed from there. But if I come back behind this ball, and again, I set up, I am aimed. Again, there's a little post out there just to the right of the corner of the range. That is actually where that's aimed. So if I was to set up there, set my feet, look up, and that looks like it's about 20 yards to the side, but then I make my golf swing and I hit. Now I had that little tiny fade on it, but that's not that far off. That's only about 5 feet off to the right with that fade. But then a lot of people are going to be like, oh my goodness, I pushed it way right. Because, you know, your eyes lie to you. What you perceive is off. You need to learn to trust it. A great way of doing that, again, is putting a stick. If you have a grass driving range, you know, you walk out there 5-10 yards, be careful, don't get hit with a golf ball, right? Put a stick out there, put your alignment stick out there, so that when you are able to swing, you understand what it looks like from where your ball is at. So again, I'm going to set up right here. Okay, so this here is actually a little bit more, because again, my ball moves on the mat real close to the same spot. It's a little slightly more left. Okay, I'm going to aim, set my feet. Again, I look up, boy, that really looks like I'm about 20 yards left of that, but I'm going to trust it and make my swing. Okay, now that one there is pretty much right on, exactly where I was aimed on that one. So that's a simple drill to be able to work through that and understand how your eyes will lie to you. You need to learn to trust it. So again, what I'm going to do, come back behind the ball, aim at a target. Here's my spot right there. I will aim my golf club at that spot. Then I will set my feet now to match my golf club. Then I can look at my target, back the ball, and trust. I'm not looking for direction at this point. This is what's important about this. Don't look for direction, right? You are just looking. When you look up, when you stare, it's not a glance, it's a look, it's a stare, because I'm hitting a golf shot out there, okay? I don't want to feel like I'm trying to hit a ball in that direction. We need to avoid trying to hit in a direction. My setup will take care of my direction. I highly suggest a spot about 12 to 18 inches past the golf ball that I am aiming at. Because at this distance, when I point my club and I aim my club at that spot, now my eyes tend to be more true to what I see. Because again, if I do this and I go out here and I look over there, it sure feels like I am aimed in this area. So again, back behind the ball, make sure I like that spot. There it is, very specific spot. I'll even put a little broken tee down in here. Right here, that's my spot. Okay, now I can set up to the ball, aiming right at that. Set my feet. Look up at my target. Now I'm staring at my target because I'm hitting a golf shot, not trying to hit in a direction. I'm going to allow my body, my club to swing in that direction. And now I'm going to just make a golf swing through my spot. And by doing that, now I'm able to hit the golf ball more on my target line versus me trying to hit in a certain direction. All right, I really hope that helps you get on the golf course and understand that I'm not trying to hit in a direction. So I set up, and by setting up, that takes care of my direction. And now I'm able to swing with my body lines and be able to hit my golf shot in the direction that I want to go. Now you have to practice this on the range. You can't just go like, oh, okay, that'll work, I'll do that. You have to learn to trust it. That's what practice is for, to learn to trust. So I'm going to set up to that spot one more time. I'm going to double check my line through that tee, which is right at the corner of the range. And now I have my spot that I will find. Now I aim my club at my spot, set my feet. My body line is now set. I can close my eyes and hit in that line. And by doing that, I no longer have to try to hit in a direction. I can look up, stare at my target, because now I'm going to be dynamic on where I'm trying to hit. In other words, I'm just hitting there. I'm seeing my target. And I come back to the ball. I look at my spot one more time. And then I just swing with my body line. Okay, the little draw off of that one. I think this started slightly left of my target line as well. That's okay, it's golf. But hopefully that helps you be able to get on the golf course, hit shots in the direction that you're aiming. All right, hope you have a good one.